Everyone, you are welcome to this edition of Retirement Clues. We bless the name of the Lord God Almighty for giving us another opportunity to come your way. And we still want to use this opportunity to appreciate all those that have been supporting us, those that have been writing us, those that have been calling, and those that have been making inquiries, and all that. We want to appreciate you for your support so far. Today we have come again in our bid to continue, in deepening awareness on it. We've come again to discuss, another topic that we feel that will help broaden our knowledge on how to plan effectively for our future. I remain the promoter of this program, Mr. Chusudo Okonta, and the publisher of Nigeria #1 insurance and pension online, ISPEN Online. Today we are going to discuss a topic that says don't fall into employers' retirement trap. Don't fall into employers' retirement trap. That is just what we want to discuss. And then as we go on, you will get to know what to do so that you will not be entrapped by the trap that the most employers set for their employees. And before we go into the discussions, let's just serve you with update within the retirement space. The first update that we have today has to do with what PENCOM is thinking. They are actually expecting that the pension fund asset, which is over 4 trillion, will continue to increase as more states and local government and even the workers in the informal sector continue to embrace the contributory pension scheme, and for those in the informal sector, the micro pension plan. They are optimistic that as most people come into this scheme and plan, that the pension fund assets will continue to soar. And it is the expectation of everyone too that more people will join the scheme and plan so that at least they can plan their future very, very well. And we still got to know that pension fund administrators in last year that they invested around 118.31 billion in Siku floated by the federal government to support road construction across the nation. An investment made by pension fund administrators, to support road construction, in the country last year was around 118.31 billion. That was what was the fund invested, by pension fund administrators into a security known as SECU, to support road construction across the nation. Then, outside that, we still got to know that since the inception of the contributory pension scheme, the federal government has spent around 980.18 billion so far in the settlement of accrued pension right of civil servants. 980.18 billion that has been spent so far, in the settlement of accrued pension rights. And we know what accrued pension right means is, people that were working before the commencement of the contributory pension scheme in 2004. The time that they have served before that 2004, the money that was calculated that we brought on board to this contributory pension scheme, that money, their money still need to be paid to them at the time that they retire. And every year government keep adding this money. We got to know that so far this amount of money, which is now around 80.18 billion, has so far been spent, by the federal government in settling the accrued pension right of civil servants. Then The last update that we have has to do with the jump between June and July this year, in the pension fund assets. We got to know through the National Pension Commission that the pension fund assets between June and July this year gained 92.34 billion. That was what was contributed by contributors, and then even those in the uh, pension, that is a micro pension plan, and other things that join to increase the pension fund asset. These are the updates that we have for you today. Then let's go into our discussion. Just as I said earlier, we want to look at a topic that says don't fall into employers retirement trap. Don't fall into employers retirement trap. You may take it or leave it. It's not every employer that actually want you to have good time in retirement. Most times, employers don't even think of the retirement of their employees. All that they are interested in is just for you to work in order to improve their productivity and to earn more profit. It's only few employers that do think of how their employees are going to retire. And that is why we consider that gap, a situation where your employer is not thinking of how you are going to retire. It's a trap, and it's up to you to actually avoid falling into that trap. Because of this issue, that is why you see most employers don't even contribute, they don't even remit, towards their employees' retirement. There are even some employers, both those in the private sector and those in government, most especially in some states, that we even have to deduct from their employees' contribution, and they will not even remit it. That is just to tell you how they actually go to ensure that their employees do not retire well. And even across states, you see people, retirees that have actually retired, you see them agitating, asking for their monthly pension benefit, which are not paid regularly. And in order for you not to fall, for you not to belong to this category of people that have been entrapped, there are things that we feel that you should do so that you too will not join it, because it will be too bad for you to have seen a trap that is set before you and you still jump into it. Those that are already in the trap, I don't think there's any other thing that they can do. But you that has not, have not fall into this trap, you can still avoid this trap. Something, a danger that is ahead that you can see. It is only a fool that will see a danger and will still walk into it. And in order for you to avoid this trap, we feel there are some things that you need to do. Those things are the things that we want to quickly highlight. What are those things that you must do in order not to be entrapped like other people that have been entrapped today, that are already complaining, that are already crying, and because they don't have the wherewithal to enjoy their retirement? The first thing that we feel that you should do in order not to fall into employers retirement trap is that you must seek knowledge about retirement. Try to know what retirement is all about. Some people, they don't even know what retirement is all about. They just believe that let me just work. No, you must know all that are required, for you to enjoy, for you to retire and retire very, very well. Seek knowledge. Like what we are doing now is part of, providing knowledge, on how you can retire and retire very well. Seek knowledge, on what to do so that you can retire and retire very well. Having done that, the next thing that you must do is that you should try as much as possible to exploit all good available windows that will help you, save fund towards retirement. There are many available windows that you can explore. Having sought the knowledge and you work with experts, make sure that all these windows you exploit them to, prepare for your retirement. You must prepare for your retirement. And like as we always say too, you should not leave your retirement. It's another good thing. Don't leave your retirement plan in the hands of your employer. That is the greatest mistake that most of all these people you see today that are complaining, that is the greatest mistake that they made. While they were working, they just left everything about their retirement in the hands of the employer, thinking that when they retire, their employer will take care of them. But it has not worked. And you that is working, we pray that the economy will get better, but we don't know whether it will still work in your time. And that is why you must not leave your retirement plan in the hand of your employer. And in the course of doing this too, you should try as much as possible to negotiate your retirement plan. It is very, very good. Like we always say it in different all the episodes, some of the episodes that we have had in the past. While you are seeking for a job, don't just negotiate your salary alone. Negotiate your retirement benefit. What you ask the organization, your employer, what do you have towards my retirement? You may not retire in that organization, but the way the contributory pension scheme is structured is that when you leave an employer, you go to another employer, what you have contributed with the first employer still follow you to the second employer. And that is why you must negotiate your retirement benefit, negotiate it, so that at least you will have something to take when you are leaving that organization. Another thing is that if you are working in a place and your employer is not remitting or contributing or remitting your contribution, try as much as possible to join other people that are within that chain to report the employer. The National Pension Commission always welcome people to report their employer. You can just do it, without, showing your face, and the commission will take up that employer to make sure that they contribute towards your retirement. That is that. Then another good thing that we feel that you should do is a part of that investment. You should buy insurance. Insurance is another good way that you can still leverage to plan your retirement. Buy insurance for your children, for yourself, for your spouse. Insure your property so that at least you have enough funds, to keep making investment. Because if you are spending your money, on risk, it may affect money that you would have used for investment. Even like health insurance, you can still buy it. That you not be paying out of pocket for medical bills. That is that. Manage your resources. Another good one, manage your resources effectively. And don't just see what people are doing, you want to do it. Make sure that you remember that a day will come when you will not have strength to do what you are doing again. That is why you must be prudent in the way you manage your resources. And part of managing that resources is that you ensure you train your children and your beloved, those that are around you. Make sure you give them the required education, train them very well, so that at least at retirement you will not have much responsibilities taking care of your children at old age. Then cultivate good lifestyle. It will still help you, because if you don't do that, you just follow anybody you see. It's part of those things. Your organization may even set that trap for you. They will just organize different parties and all those stuff, but you need to be very, very prudent. And sometimes you see organizations that some organizations will even be giving people loan to buy things, give you loan to buy car, give you loan to equip your house, buy things. But when it comes to even giving you loan to build a house, they may not give you that facility to own a house. But other things you want to do party, you go to them, they can always give you that loan. But when it comes to planning for your future, they may not support you, and you should not fall into that trap. Then the last thing that we want to talk here is that you should try as much as possible to keep good companies. Have people that are visionary as your friends. so that you know it can still help you. Don't just the organization where you work, then you see some people the way they live their life, and your organization can even put you into such pressure. There are some organizations, they will mandate their staff, say this person have done this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do this. They are telling you, you need to do this, do this, do this, but they are not making plans, how to enhance your financial well-being. Don't fall into employers trap. Those are just the things we want to highlight today. Plan your life. Your retirement is in your hand. Your future is in your hand. Plan it, and plan it very well. With God on your side, I know you will succeed. Thank you very much for giving us your time today. And by the grace of God, we will still come your way. In case you want to make an inquiry, you want to reach us, our numbers are open: 0054269557 and 07033253527. While my email address is ispenonline@gmail.com. Thank you very much for giving us your time today. By the grace of God, we still come your way in the future.